Hello, children. How are you all? Hope all of you are fine. We have started with the new lesson, that is squares and square roots. We are done with the first two exercises. In the exercise 2, we have learned how to find out square of a given number by using a plus b the whole bracket square formula. Fine. Now in this exercise, we are going to find out how to find out the square root of given number. Okay, now we are going to learn the repeated subtraction method and prime factorization method in this exercise. Now we'll go to the first and second question. Those questions you have to do it in the fair book only, and then from third question onwards we are going to solve it in the fair book. Now go to the first question. What could be the possible ones digit of a square root of each of the following numbers? So some numbers are given and you have to tell what will be the roots units place. Fine. So the number given is 9801. So if you find out the root of this number, what will be the units place in that root number? So here you have to observe the table which I learned in the previous class. In that, go through it. If square number has 1 at units place, what will be the square root? It has to be either 1 or 9. So 1s and 9s squares will be ending with 1. So here either 1 number or a 9 number ending will be the root of that. Like that you have to solve the next three also. Let us go to the question number 2. Without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not perfect square. There are some perfect numbers given. We have to tell whether these numbers can be a perfect square or no. Seeing the end number or units place, we can guess a number now, because we are learned all the square numbers end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. No square number will end with 2, 3 and 7, 8. So if the number is ending with 2, 3, 7, 8, that can't be a perfect square, isn't it? Now the given number is 153. So the end number is 3, units place number is 3. So it can't be a perfect square. Like that, see all the units places and then decide whether that number can be a perfect square or no. Let us go to the next question, that is question number 3. Find the square root of 100 by repeated subtraction. Now repeated subtraction means what? You have to do one subtraction and from the answer again you have to go on doing subtraction till we get a 0. Now we have to find out square root of 100. So what we are going to subtract? We are going to subtract the odd numbers, consecutive odd numbers. So what are the consecutive odd numbers? First odd number is 1 and then 3, then 5, then 7. So like that we are going to subtract one number from 100. So first what we are going to do? First odd number is 1. So from 100 subtract 1, we will get 99. From 99 we are going to subtract the next odd number, that is 3. You will get 96. From 96 we are going to subtract the next odd number, that is 5. Like that we are going to do till we get 0 as answer. Now after some calculation I got 0. Now how to find out the root? We have to check how many calculations we are done. So we are done the subtraction 10 times. Okay, so the root of 100 is 10. Fine. So you have to count how many subtraction we have done and those many that number will be the root of the given number. Let us go to the next question, that is using prime factorization you have to find out square root. Now you know prime factorization. In prime factorization you have to divide the given number only by prime numbers. Fine. Now the number given is 729. We have to divide. See, if the number is even, we will divide by 2. If the number is odd, then we will see with 3, with 5, with 7, all other numbers. So here the given number is odd. So we will start with Not from 2, we will go for 3. So go on dividing with 3 till it comes 1. So how many times we are divided? 6 times. So what is the prime factorization of 729? 729 is equal to 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now we have to make the pairs of the number. So how many pairs of 3 we got? There are 3 3's. Multiply them, you will get 27, and that is the answer of 729 square root. I have done one more for you, that is 9216. So this is an even number. So what we'll do? We'll start with 2. Go on dividing by 2. If there is odd number, try with some other numbers, and then whatever factorization you will get, write it. I have written 9216. 2 is 10 times and 3 is 2 times. So make pairs of 2 and 3. So how many pairs are there? So 5 times 2 is there and 1 time 3 is there. Multiply all that, you will get 96. So 9216 square root is 96. Okay, so like that you have to solve this question. Now go to the next question, that is the given number is not a perfect square. Read the question. The question is, for each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. Now here some numbers are given and those numbers are not perfect square. If you multiply that number with some prime number, you will get a perfect square. So the given number is 252. We'll do the prime factorization and we'll decide by which number we have to multiply it. When I done the prime factorization of 252, what I got? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7. Now to find out the square root, what do? We make pairs of the numbers. So 2 is one pair I got, 3 is one pair I got, and only 7 is single. So 7 is extra there. So what I have to do? To get the 7 is less there. So to get a perfect square, we need one more 7 or no? Then I can make a pair of 7. So I have to multiply the given number by 7. So we should multiply 252 by 7 to get a perfect square. Now if I multiply, what I will get? 1764. Now 1764, if I make prime factorization, what I will get? 2 into 2, 3 into 3 and 7 into 7. So I got all the pairs 2, 3 and 7, that is 42, and 1764 square root is 42. Understood? So here 7 was missing, so we have to multiply with 7 to get the. Now let us go to the next question, children. That is 6th question. What is asked there? For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square, and also find the square root of the square number so obtained. Now here also the given numbers are not perfect square. We have to do the factorization and then we have to decide by which number this given number has to be divided to get a perfect square. Now what we'll do? We'll do the prime factorization of 2925. What I got there? 5 2 times, 3 2 times and 13 1 time. Here also to make a pair for 13, we need either 113. So we have to either multiply this number with 13. So we'll make perfect square, how we had done in the previous question. Here they have not asked you by which number we have to multiply. They have asked you by which number we have to divide it. So here 13 is extra, isn't it? 113 is extra. So if we divide this 2925 by 13, we will get a perfect square. So 2925 is divided by 13, we will get 225. So what is the root of 225? That is 15. So now after dividing by 13, we got a perfect square number. Okay, so using this method we can find out by which number it has to be multiplied or divided to make a perfect square. If they ask you by which number you have to multiply, so which number is missing in the pair, you have to multiply with that number. If they ask you by which number you have to divide, you have to divide with the extra number which is not in pairs. Understood, children? Solve the sums, you will get it. We will go to the next question. Now let us go to question number 7, children. The question is, the students of class 8 of a school donated rupees 2401 in all for a Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in a class. Now let us go through the question once again. Money is donated to Prime Minister's Relief Fund. How much money is donated? That is 2401. It is donated by the class students. We don't know the number of students, so we'll consider that as X here. And how much money is donated by each one of them? That is also not mentioned, but it is told that the number of students and the money donated by everyone is same only. So if there are 30 students in the class, each one has contributed 30 rupees. It's like that. So we'll consider the number of students also X and the money donated by them also will be X. Now to find out the total number of money distributed, what will do? Number of students into contribution of each child. So X into X, that is 2401. X into X is X square, that is 2401. Sorry. So root of both the numbers you have to find out. X square root is X and 2401's root is 49 by using prime factorization. Now that is the answer. So number of student is 49 and money donated by each one of them is also 49. Hello children, let us go to the next exercise, that is 5.4. In this exercise we are going to learn the new method of finding out square root, that is division method. Hope all of you have completed first two exercises, that is 5.1 and 2. The third exercise, first two questions, we are going to do it in the textbook only, and remaining from the third question, all the questions you are going to solve it in the fair book only. Now let us go to the first question of this exercise, that is 2304's square root you have to find out using the division method. Here the first step, what you have to do, make group of two numbers. Now we have to start from the right side. The first two numbers are 0, 4, that is one group, and the remaining two numbers, that is 23, that is another group. If there are 4-digit number, there will be two groups. If there is 2-digit number, only one group will be there. If there is 6-digit number, there will be 3 groups of 2, 2, 2. Okay. Now make two groups. Here in the first step, we are going to divide only 23. Okay. So 23 is you have to see, find out a smallest perfect square numbers below 23. So which is the number there? So 16 is the smallest perfect square below 23. So how do I to write? Root of 16 is 4. So 4 to the right hand side and 4 to the left hand side I have to write. So 4 into 4 is 16. Subtraction of 23 and 16 gives. Now let us go to the next step, children. That is more important now. Now we got 7 as the remainder. Now we have to take the remaining two numbers, that is 0 and 4. So we got a new number, that is 704. Okay, till here understood? Now the next thing what you have to do, we have got 4 here. That same 4's double number we have to write it here 8. Only one number. So 4's double is 8 I have written. Clear? Don't forget to do this. You have to double that given number. So that will be 8 here now. Now with 8 one more number has to come. That gives you 4 as the end number. Now which two numbers gives you 4 as end number? Either 2 into 2 is 4 or 8 into 8 is 64. Last number is 4. Now that you have to decide which number you have to take in front of that 8. So if you take 2, that will be 82. 82 into 2 you have to do again. So 82 into 2 we won't get 704. So one more option is remaining, that is 8. Now 88 into 8. So whatever number you are taking there, that number again has to be multiplied. So 88 into 8 is 704. So that 8 I have written it here now. So 88 into 8 is 704. Subtraction of 704 is 0. So your answer is 48. So 2304's square root is 48. Let us go to the one more question in that, so you will understand it better. The next number is 7929. Here also we have to make two groups. The one group is 79, second group will be 21. Now you have to take the first group, that is 79, and then divide it. Now what is the perfect square number below 79? That is 64. 8 into 8 gives you 64, and from 79 subtract 64, you will get 15. Till here you understood, children? Okay, let us go to the next step now. This is the important one now. Now you should know the perfect numbers, children, square numbers. Now here 8 is this answer. So 8, what I done, 8's double number I have to take. 8's double number I have taken it 16 here. Understood? And then after subtraction, what is the number left with us? That is 1521. Now we have to decide one number which gives you end number 1, because end number what is there in 1521? End number is 1. So we want such a number which gives you multiplication 1. So which all numbers gives you multiplication 1? That is 1 into 1 is 1, or 9 into 9 is 81. That is 1. Now 16, in front of 16 you have to write either 1 or 9. We have only two options. So we'll check with 1 first. In front of 16, if I write 1, that will be 161. 161 into 1 is 161. Subtraction won't go. It won't go correctly. Then we'll check with 9. So 169 will be the number. 169 into 9 you have to do. Whatever number you put in front of 16, with that same number you have to multiply it. So in front of 16 I have written 9. So we got the number 169 into 9 we have to do. When we do that, we will get 1521. Correct? So we'll get 0 as the subtraction, and the answer of 7921's root is 89. Understood, children? Let us go to the next question of the exercise. That is same with 3 digit I have done. Now the number given is 576. So first group of, from right you have to start. So first group will be 76 and second group will be only 5. So let us follow the same method. Now we have to see a perfect square number below 5. So which is the perfect square below 5? That is 4. So 2 into 2 is 4. Subtraction of 5 upon minus 4 is 1. Till here understood? Go to the next now. Now here 2's double I have written here 4. Okay. Now what is the number we have now? 176. Last number is 6. So which number's multiplication gives you 6? 4 into 4 is 6. That is 16, or only 4. So what we are going to do? We'll try putting 4. So when I write 4 in front of 4, that will be 44. So 44 into 4 is 176. So it goes perfectly. So subtraction of 176, 0. So what is this? Children, you have learnt different methods of finding out square roots. You have learnt it by repeated subtraction, you have learned prime factorization and division. 3 methods you have learned. Now, after seeing a particular perfect square number, can you tell me how many digits will be there in the root number? Can you tell me? No, but see, there is one perfect formula to find out how many digits will be there in the square root. Now, if the square number is 1 or 2 digit, the root will be 1 digit only. If the perfect square number is 3 and 4 digit, the square root will be 2 digit always. If the given number, perfect square number, is 5 or 6 digit, the answer will be, the root will be 3 digit only. Using this box, you are going to solve the second question. So there is a number given, that is 64. So how many digits are there in 64? 2 digits. So what will be the root of that? How many digits will be there? So 2 numbers means it will be only 1 digit. So like that, many numbers are given. You have to use this box. And now let us move to the next question, children. We have learned 3 methods of finding out square root of the number. The first one is repeated subtraction, then prime factorization, and then division method. Here in this question, we are going to find out the square root of decimal number. We are going to use the same method how we have done in the previous question, that is division method. Make group of given number, that is 51.84 is a given number. So how many digits are there? 4 digits are there. So group of 2 will do. So the first group is of 51, second group of 84. Now what is the first thing we are going to do? That is, you have to concentrate on 51 and you have to see which is the smallest perfect square number below that. So that will be 49. So 7 into 7 is 49. That gives you subtraction 2. What is the next step I told you? 7's double you have to write, that is 14. Now we are entering the decimal part of the question. So put a decimal point after 7 because we are going to write 84 down now. So that is decimal part. So even in the answer after 7 there will be a decimal point. Now we have 284, otherwise consider as 284 only. Remove that decimal point. Now 7's double I have written 14. Which number we have to divide now? 284. What is the last digit of that number? 4. So which number gives us 4 at the end? Either 2 into 2 4 or 8 into 8 64. So either 2 will come there or 8 will come there. So we'll try with 2. So in front of 14 I have written 2. Now we have 142. We have to multiply 142 with 2 because we have written 2 there. So 142 into 2 is 284. That gives us 0. And what is the root of this given number? That is 7.2. Children, do you remember that in previous exercise we have asked that the given numbers are not perfect squares and you have to multiply or divide with some number to make it perfect square. We have done it. Do you remember, children? Now here the given numbers are not perfect square. They are asked which number has to subtracted or added to make it a perfect square. Now to multiply and divide we have used the prime factorization method. If they ask which number has to be added or subtracted, we are going to use this division method. Understood? If they ask you multiplication or division, you have to use prime factorization method. If they ask you which number has to be added or subtracted, we are going to use this division method. Now given number is 402. That is not a perfect square because the number ends with 2. So now we have to find out which number we have to subtract from that to make it perfect square. So we have to subtract one particular number from that, so it will be a perfect square. Now we'll do the division method. So group of 2. So first group will be 0, 2 and one group will be of 4. Till here you know. Now next we have to divide 4 by a perfect square. So 4 already a perfect square. 2 into 2 is 4. Subtraction of that is 0. Now what is the next number we have to take it down? That is second group 0, 2. 2's double I have written 4 to the left hand side. But 2 is divisible? No, this 2 is not divisible. So that is extra in that now. 2 is not divisible. Because if 4 if you multiply, you will get a bigger number than 2. So you can't divide it. So we have to, that 2 you have to subtract from the given number. So 402 minus 2 if you do, that will be 400, and that is a perfect square of 20. Fine. Let us go to the one more question from that exercise only. The given number is 525. That is not perfect square. It is asked which number we have to add it to make it perfect square. In the previous question we have done what we have to subtract. Here we have to add it. Now again make two groups. That is one group of 5 and the other group of 25. Now we have to find out a perfect square below 5. So that is 4. So 2 into 2 gives us 4. Subtraction of 5 minus 4 is 1. What is the next step we have to do? That is take the next group down. It becomes 125. Fine. Now 2's double I have to write, that is 4 I have written. Now the end number is 5. 125 last number is 5. We have to find out 5. Which number gives you 5? That 5 into 5 gives you 25. So either you can use 5 there, but if you use 5 you will get a greater number. So you have to use the smaller number. Then try with some number. If you take 4 and 1, that is 41 into 1 is 41. So that is very small number. Then 4, 2, if you add 42 into 2, that gives you 84. That also a small number. Next try with 3. So 43 into 3, that is 129. So there's only little difference in that. So how much? From 125 you can't subtract 129. What is the difference between them? That is 4. So we have to add 4 in 525. So it will be a perfect square. So 525 plus 4 is 529, and that is 23 square. Understood? Now let us go to one story problem, that is sixth one. Find the length of a side of each square whose area is 441 meters square. So area of a square is given. We don't know the sides of the square. So what is the formula of area? That is A into A, that is side into side. Now let us find out what is the side there. So area we know, put it below area, that is 441. A into A is A square. So root of both the numbers, A square's root is A, 441's root is 21, and that is the side of the square. Children, you have learned Pythagoras theorem. What the theorem says, in a right angled triangle, two legs side square is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Now using that Pythagoras theorem, we are going to solve the next question. The question is, in a right triangle, B is 90 degrees and AB is 6 centimeter, BC is 8 centimeter, and we have to find out AC. Now see the diagram, I have done it for you. So ABC is a triangle, AB is given, that is 6, BC is given, that is 8. There is a 90 degrees angle at B, and you have to find out AC. Now what is the Pythagoras theorem says? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So put the values whatever are given. So you don't know AC's value, put it, keep it as it is. AB is 6, so 6 square is 36. BC is 8, so 8 square is 64. So solve that now. 36 plus 64 is 100. That is AC square. Root of AC square is AC and root of 100 is 10. So AC, that hypotenuse, is 10 centimeter. Okay. Now two story problems are given. We'll do one from that now. The question given is there are 500 students in a school. For a PT drill, they have to stand in such a manner that the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. How many children would be left out in this arrangement? Okay, what the question says here, there are 500 students and they are going to stand for a PT drill, and the number of students in each row are equal to the number of rows made. Fine. Now here we have learned in the previous question, that is in the contributions, Prime Minister Relief Fund contribution and number of students and money paid by each one of them. So there it was equal, and for that you need a perfect square. Here also, to find out the number of rows and the students in each row, the number has to be a perfect square only. So if the 500 is perfect square, you could have make it, but is 500 perfect square? No. So we have to find out a perfect square number from that. So those many rows and columns can be made. Now using the division method, we are going to find out how many extra students are there in that number. So make two groups of 0, 0 and 5. So we are going to divide the first group, that is 5. We have to find out a perfect square below 5, that is 4. 2 into 2 gives you 4. Subtraction gives you 1. Now what is the next step? You have to take the next group down. So after subtraction, 1 is remaining. In front of that you are taking the next two zeros. It will be 100 now. Now 2's double you have to take as 4 to the left hand side. And you have to multiply the number which gives you multiplication below 100. Now if you take 4 in front of 4, 41 into 1 will be 41. The remainder will be greater. Take 2, so that becomes 42 into 2. Then it will be 84. So subtraction of 184 gives you 16. So 16 students are extra in that. That is the remainder now. 500 minus 16 if you do, you will get 484. Now see whether this 484 is a perfect square or what. So that is perfect square. That root is 22. So in the each row there should be 22 children and there should be 22 rows to make a proper arrangement. Understood? If you have any doubt children, let me know, we'll solve it.